Hey everyone, this is Mufaso here. This is an unusual type of video on my channel, but it might be the first of many depending on how the future will go. I wanted to go over some things with you in regards to the upcoming year and my plans for this channel in particular. I am currently editing this video. I am so sorry I sound like an AI. Holy crap. I just woke up like 2 hours ago, so forgive me for that. As of writing and editing this audio, I'm currently awaiting a new upgrade for my PC. Future Mufaso here with an update. I've gotten the CPU upgrade, however due to my system initially being a pre-built workstation, I am unable to utilize it. You see, the issue lies within the fact that manufacturers apparently do not give you the ability to update the BIOS yourself. Despite me having found the model name of my motherboard, looking it up and doing my research on the options available to me, not even the motherboard itself can find any updates via the internet on boot, let alone Fujitsu's own service can detect my model and shows me that it's not being supported. So my only option is to get a new motherboard as well, which should arrive in the next week. With the help of a better processor, I aim to deliver higher quality in both my streams as well as my edited content that I upload here and there. Recently I have been lenient towards uploading more frequently, however I ran into a bunch of issues that ultimately were hindering my ability to upload, and that did take a toll on my motivation to work on projects. Like for instance the follow-up part to my last video, the 2 boomer idiot. Recordings would be unusable thanks to the settings that were for some reason changed in OBS Studio, or even downloaded material would all of a sudden not work in my editing software. And I will have to be honest, Windows 10 has been lately getting onto my nerves a lot. Even after a fresh install, it gatekeeps you from performing simple tasks that realistically shouldn't even be an issue in the first place, especially in 2023 and 2024. Hopefully by the time that the support for Windows 10 ends, I will be able to successfully make the transition to Linux. I would have done so already if it hadn't been for the fact that my graphics tablet has no compatible drivers for Linux sadly. For those of you who are unfamiliar with me, I do draw on a tablet digitally. I'll insert some recent drawings here. And running a virtual machine underneath it is at the moment not exactly a viable option since my i5 can't handle that with its 4 cores for a smooth experience. I know these are a lot of complaints, but hopefully these are ones that I'll be able to iron out soon. So for now, we shall wait until I install the new processor and fully test its capabilities for my personal tasks and whatnot. For the upcoming year I do want to be more active on YouTube, especially because of Tekken 8 in particular. I have been hyped for that game ever since it has been announced and teased. I can say with confidence that I haven't been this excited for a game of any kind in a very long time. In comparison to Tekken 7, I only learned that it would get released like a month before, let alone get a PC port. And when it did come out, it didn't really gripe with me as much as it did for instance with Tekken 5 or Tekken 6, which I grinded as a kid in comparison. For a long time I thought that I may have outgrown Tekken as a game, or that my interests simply have changed. However, thinking more about it, I realized that I just didn't really like Tekken 7 in particular as much. Most of the game for me personally was lackluster outside of the combat, and that is because of the previous installments that offer more in that regard. It didn't help that I expected a bit more for the story mode outside of the Shima storyline, and was fairly disappointed to learn that when it came to characters like Eddie, it was merely just one battle with some text before and a cutscene after. It felt like it was just more directed at tournaments and competitive players. The DLC's characters were also a nice touch, but I hope to see more of the other stories that were told. Like as an example, Armor King's storyline. We never really got a proper follow-up to what would happen next at the graveyard, cause like Armor King, Marduk and King were just standing in front of the first Armor King's grave and Armor King 2 was just like, yeah, you killed my brother, but then it ends. So did they just go home? What was happening? I don't even remember what was going on in Tekken 7 or why they even introducing Tekken 7 as a DLC. It also comes off as weird that some characters didn't make the cut into the new game's base roster, like Katarina or Gigas. To add to my complaints was the jukebox feature. At release, only the PS4 version, as far as I know, had the ability to change the in-game music that would play in selected stages. You could choose from a library of previous Tekken entries and create your own playlist for Tekken 7 in a nutshell. It was a nightmare to mod it in at the launch times on the PC version because of how complicated the process was in its infancy. Nowadays, you just import a file into the folder and that's about it. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate Tekken 7, and neither did the community, because in the end it sold around 10 million copies, which was a drastic improvement from Tekken 6 with only 3.5 million. Tekken 5, by the way, sold 8.2 million, and that's considering it was only on the PlayStation 2. All in all, seeing the updates and trailers and whatnot over the course of this year has really hyped me up for Tekken 8 in all fairness. It does look like the Tekken team have taken a step back and looked at what they could improve, and I hope that my complaints about Tekken 7 will be addressed and be something that we don't have to deal with in the future. I do plan to make a video on why I think now is the time for new players to join the community and invest into Tekken 8 specifically. Because there is a lot to go over, which makes for a great introduction for anyone looking to get into fighting games. And while yes, this kind of video is mostly overblown by many content creators from different communities, from different times as well, I think that now is really the best time to get into fighting games, as they have become so accessible at this point that I honestly don't think one can even improve on the formula that the Tekken team in particular has showcased so far, and I wouldn't be surprised to see other fighting games do the same. Long story short, I'm going to upload a shit ton of Tekken content when I'm not at work. Whether that be just me streaming the game or uploading individual fights online. We'll be jumping straight into the story mode as soon as the game drops. I already am planning to take my vacation for a week straight, lock myself in a room with snacks and drinks and whatnot, and will not stop playing until my body just shuts down. Aside Tekken 8, we'll probably have some commentary videos if I have to talk about something, like for instance how I think that the used market price for PC parts of any kind is just overblown over here, at least in Germany. I'm telling you, if you want to have a speedrun of getting depressed, just look up some parts on eBay and their pricing, man. Those listings have me questioning my life choices. I've been playing Halo Infinite a lot recently as well, as you may notice by my last stream. And, well, the gameplay in this video, even though I suck at it, I still have a lot of fun. I do aim to get all of the battle passes to 100, and we'll see how long that will take me. Obviously, when Hollow is going to get onto my ballsack, as usual, I'm going to upload some Fortnite montages, like I have done in the past. I'm also awaiting the Elden Ring DLC, Shadow of the Erdtree. When that drops, we're definitely going to play it, because we already know Elden Ring, masterpiece. Maybe I'm going to stream Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name. And that's only because it got to my attention that we get a little bit of a conclusion to Yakuza 6 story, even though I think that this should have been the final game for Kiryu. But we're going to play in a Japanese dub because I don't really like Yongye's voice. I'm going to be honest with you, I think that was a miscast. Besides that, drawing streams? Maybe? Question mark? I'm not sure on that, how that is going to go out. Other than that, there's not much to talk about from my side of the coin. As mentioned, I'm awaiting my new upgrade and we'll see how things will go from here. Anyways, thank you for watching this short video and I will see you in the next one.